My business investment strategies over the years have gotten exponentially better, okay? In the beginning, year one, they were quite horrific. But ever since then, year after year, I have gotten much better in things that I have invested in that have resulted in 2x, 3x, and even 8x the amount of the original investment, leading to a huge ROI. In today's video, I'll be covering the latest investment, which was $20,000 that I invested into a new online high-ticket coaching business. I'm gonna take you through my exact strategy on what made me pull the trigger on this decision, and hopefully it sparks the motivation for you to pull the trigger on an investment you've been thinking about in your business that will take it to the next level. If you're a big fan in investing in yourself and in your business, go ahead and type in invest in the comments and let's get going. Now, I thought I'd start off with a point that is quite interesting, and that is the fact that kind of the true definition or something that really makes somebody land or cross over into being a true entrepreneur, okay? And that to me is your level of commitment to investing, okay? So what that means in my mind and in my definition is you're not a true entrepreneur unless you're willing to make big, scary investments into your business. And these investments could be a wide variety between a team, training, business development, softwares and tools, but more so things on the higher ticket spectrum that scare you and make your soul kind of rattle when you're about to press buy on that investment you're going to make. And so I recently had to make a decision to make a big investment into my business. And I gotta tell you, it's definitely scary because at the end of the day, you bet on yourself that you could make major ROI on this investment you are putting in. Yes, I invested in an agency to help basically build a high ticket funnel, completely done for you, to help me understand sales strategy, to get on a sales call, to understand how to close a high ticket price point on a sales call, etc., etc. So many different things. But basically, the main things that I got out of this investment was a brand new high converting offer that is fire. And the results, by the way, just after 3 months of making this investment, I got almost a 4x ROI. So not only did the revenue generated from this investment pay off the original investment, but I was able to profit almost 80 grand just from putting in 20 grand up front and trusting in myself and trusting in the team, most importantly, that I had collaborated with and worked with. And I want you to know that in the beginning of my career, I made some quite not very smart investments. I would say like year one, they were horrible investments. Year two, they were not great. And then it was like year 3, 4, and 5 and beyond, they started to get better and better and better. For example, in 2019, it was technically 2019, I made my first like real big investment. And I say real because I had invested this amount before, but it miserably failed, okay? But year 3 was 2019. I don't know exactly what year that was, but year 3-ish. I invested 18 grand into a program. It was a 12-month long program, a mastermind that I paid over 18 months, right? So it was, I think, 12 payments of 1,500, something like that. And that was my first big investment, and that was investing in how to understand how to do a webinar for a sales funnel to sell a course, all right? That 18 grand paid off a ton. I mean, I made multiple 6 figures. It was a great ROI that I reaped on that investment. I can't really understand, or not really, I can't really understand, but I don't really remember what I invested in off the top of my head the years after that. But last year, within the past 12 months, I made some pretty big investments, including that 20 grand one. I guess my point is, if you believe in yourself and you know in your stomach that this service or team member or whatever it is, maybe it's a brand new YouTube studio that you're looking to invest, you know it's a scary investment, but you know the ROI that you're going to reap, whether that is revenue, whether that is time back to you, because time, remember, is not a renewable resource. So that is equally as important as revenue, because if you're making an investment to get your time back, like that's what we all want, right? Is time freedom. Maybe you're making an investment into your personal development, your mental health, your mindset, your spiritual awakening, however you want to define it, which I have definitely invested big into that as well. I remember at the start of 2022, I believe I invested 10 grand into a coach. I would call him a life mindset-ish coach, but it was a great investment because there was 2 or 3 things that was unlocked during that time, which something problems that I had been struggling with since literally high school. So I would say like I do not regret any investment that I made except for year one of entrepreneurship. Those are just dumb and reckless, and so I'll talk about that in a future video. But I wanted to get to what this investment, not only like ROI and revenue wise, what it helped my team and I build like really fast or within a 3 to 4 months time frame. So let me go over that and what exactly we have accomplished. And so one of the first things I wanted to mention was the revenue generated from this investment. So within 90 days, we were able to gross $93,000. And the cash collected was pretty good too. It was like over 50%, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but that was, the first thing that I would have to say was a huge like game changer. And just to like note, like next year or within the year coming, like I plan to scale this thing, like just this product and service alone to beyond $1 million. Like I am certain like this product and service is going to gross over $1 million, and I am so excited. So that is kind of like line item result number one. The second thing was I was able to recuperate my time in a sense, because this was not only what I invested in was not only like coaching and helping me build this, but this team did a ton of stuff for me and my team. Like they helped write email sequences, build the funnel, and I was so relieved because although I love building funnels, I was just so dreading figuring out building another funnel on my own. And I was just like, please, can I just hand it off to somebody else? And so that was really great. And one of the biggest things I look for when I am planning to make an investment is like, can it ultimately save me time? Because I'm somebody like, if I decide to do something on myself, fine. But if I plan to make an investment with someone, am I going to have to chase after that team, be on top of their tasks and all this other stuff? That drives me absolutely crazy. And there was one sales copy company back a couple years ago that I invested in, and it was a nightmare. First off, their emails were trash. I was like, dude, I can write emails better than this company. Second, I had to like ask for an update on when they were done with things. And I hate chasing teams or people to like give me an update on how their things are going. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. It's like, if I hire you to do a service for me, like you better update me on progress, deliverables, how things are going, not the other way around, because I don't want to create a management job for myself, because that's not my job. Okay. So anyway, time is a huge factor, and a second line item that I was able to recoup from this investment was not having to give my time in order to build this whole thing. The next thing that came from this, I'm looking at my notes, but the systems that were born from this program and from building out this new business model, essentially, because now what we have from this was born our Subscribers to Sales Ascend program. So historically, for those who have been following me, you know that the Subscribers to Sales course is something that I was selling for years in the past. And so the Subscribers to Sales brand has been trademarked. It's created a reputation of helping business owners create a profitable YouTube channel. But what I wanted to do was convert the Subscribers to Sales brand into a brand new I wanted to convert it into a white glove service, basically, for clients coming to directly work with us. And so this program, the Subscribers to Sales Ascend program that I created with this investment I made, this was born, the Ascend program. And this is something completely new to what my audience and you guys have never seen before. So what we created was a hybrid, high-touch coaching and done-for-you service. So you can kind of call it a cross between high-ticket coaching, but also a mix of done-for-you service. So it feels like an agency. However, with an agency, it's like all hands off. Like I do nothing, like absolutely nothing. But with this, it's different because we work with established YouTuber business owners who, obviously have to create the content, but behind the scenes, we're doing everything else, okay? So it's still working with the client one-on-one, and this is why it's so fulfilling and so much fun. And I was really excited to do this because for the first time, I'm able to actually, my team and I were able to actually do it for them. Because in the course, I noticed over and over there were parts where people got stuck. So in this service that we offer in the Ascend program, we are doing those parts for them. And already clients are seeing very rewarding results, which makes my team and my heart very happy. So just going over again, back to the systems that were created, because guys, ladies, I am a systems girl all the way. Like I thrive on systems and project management. So the first system that was born was the sales team system. So this includes everything from appointment setting, cold calling, warm calling people that are on your calendar, creating an application, the actual sales call and the strategy to close somebody on a high ticket call, a follow-up after having the first sales call, selling a service between $6,000, $10,000, and $15,000 more than likely requires a second call to follow up, okay? And then actually closing the person, how are you going to collect payment? So all of that was an entire system that, essentially I had to create, and then also have a team get onboarded to help me do these different components. It's a lot. We literally created the other day a 25-page document in SOP on appointment setting, scripts, how to use a new CRM system called Close CRM that we recently started using. It is crazy, but it is well worth it building a strong, basically sales team system. And by the way, if you are a high ticket coach, consultant, and you have a YouTube channel right now that has stagnant growth, and also maybe you're feeling quite overwhelmed by everything you got going on with filming and your YouTube operations, definitely check out our Subscribers to Sales Ascend program. There'll be more information in the description, and I'd love to hop on a YouTube strategy call with you where we break down exactly how we can help you, exactly how we can 5x your growth within the next 90 days guaranteed, while placing an internal YouTube team onto your business and your channel. If that sounds exciting to you, definitely book a call up here or the first link in the description. And I'll be super excited to go over with you on a call how we can help your unique YouTube channel and business. The next system we built that was an absolute game changer is the client onboarding system. So a lot of coaches think that, okay, you onboard, you receive payment, and then things just magically start. No, you need strong onboarding. What do I mean by that? Okay, when somebody buys, for example, we use Kartra. And so when somebody purchases this program on Kartra, they get an automated welcome email with onboarding steps here. Step 1, sign our contract. Step 2, join our Slack. You would have received an email to join our Slack. Step 3, I want you to start going through these resources so that we can hit the ground running on our first vision building call. So it's really helping them map out exactly what they need to do next, right away. The other things that we give our clients is a spreadsheet, or basically a checklist on what they should expect to give back to us within the first 30 days. So it's we redo their entire YouTube branding, for example, and so we'll need headshots. We'll need you to do a thumbnail photo shoot. It's really exciting. And so these things are clearly outlined to them. So it's a really nice way to have transparency back and forth, and how we do the heavy lifting for you, but here's what we're going to need from you, the assets we'll need in order for us to complete the work. Does that make sense? So basically, it's a great way for everyone to hold themselves accountable. The other thing is every team member on our team knows exactly what to do, and they didn't know that right away. We had to systemize it and say, okay, hey, Dawn, for example, she's our YouTube head success coach. It's Dawn knows exactly what to do once we have a client come on board. And other team members are okay, during week 2, my job is to do this and make sure that we're checking in on the client to make sure we've completed this XYZ task, etc. So that's also something we had to map out both on Asana, our project management system, and also Google Spreadsheets. There's a couple of things we use. We've also incorporated Airtable. I'm not sure if you guys have used Airtable at all, but Airtable is a great way to manage forms, answers, data on clients, all kinds of stuff. And so the client onboarding and task management system of the team members was super important to build. And that was what really took most of my time. It's like, okay, woo, awesome. We built this agency and high touch coaching service. I'm like, oh crap. Now we got to build all the systems to support it. All right. And this is the key, as you all know, to scaling anything are the strong systems and the foundation to support it. If not, it'll just all go to shreds. The next system that had to be implemented was quality assurance. So I am just, of course, one person, and I physically do not have enough time during the day to monitor everything from sales, clients, progress to offboarding, etc. So I had to bring somebody on board to do the quality assurance, right? Making sure that everything is on time, the clients are going through a journey on time, and things are in progress the way they're supposed to be. So I had to hire or bring on board a quality assurance manager who makes sure that things are getting communicated. Every single little detail is being fixed, right? Making sure that the clients, most importantly, are feeling supported through their journey. So that's one system that we had to build as well. The next one was an offboarding. Okay, once clients are done in our 4-month container, what happens next, right? So this, for you and for us, looks like an offboarding email with what we've accomplished, next steps, and what they still have resources to, how they can keep in touch with us, and ways to continue working with us. And so that brings me to my very last point, is client retention. So the really cool thing about a coaching business is that you can continue to retain your clients for a very long time. So after your main program is done, clients typically, if you do a good job, will still want to work with you. So you can have different tiers of service that you offer. So for example, let's say your main program, you charge $10,000, right? For a 3-month program or whatever the case is. So after that 3 months, maybe you offer to keep a client on board. They can continue working with you and your team for $1,000 a month, right? And you can make it cheaper and say like, hey, for 12 months, if you commit to 12 months, I'll knock off $300 a month or something like that. So that way it's a way to keep your clients, build some recurring revenue, and continue working long-term with clients that are doing really well and that you can continue to help build their results. Now, if you guys truly enjoyed this video and got tons of value, I'm so glad. You are going to love the video that's coming up next. You won't want to miss it. Just click right here. It's all about my breakdown on exactly how I plan to invest in myself, my business, my assets, and everything to the T within the next year. So that video is coming up right now. Click right here and we'll see you there.
If you don't make a conscious effort into investing properly into yourself, the financial long-term assets and generational wealth that you're building will matter less and